Aloha, everybody. Monday was a pretty decent session for the overall stock market. However, I wasn't totally happy with it. I did like that we were rallying most of the day, but when I always leave in the final hour whenever I'm fully invested. There's no point in day trading right now. There's actually not a lot of stocks in play, oddly enough, despite our strong uptrend in the Nasdaq. And it's mainly because we're kind of like this is too V-shaped, guys. This is just a bit too much. This is not what I wanted on this index. Wanted it to be more stair-steppy, more symmetrical overall to the previous uptrend. This is just pretty strong, but what would be great is if this just keeps on continuing to, the next month or two. So that'll be fine. But chances are, when you're V-shaped like this, the odds significantly rise that you're gonna see a pullback in the market. So you can enjoy these gains while we're having them, but to me, they're kind of worrisome, especially whenever volume is just so overall. It's average, but it isn't hugely above average, so there's nothing that convinces me that we're just going to keep on running. And you see the stochastics, my main oscillator that I track, the bottom one on your screen, it's now no longer oversold and it's racing to overbought, so that is quite a quick move. Russell 2000 is a lot better, still under oversold territory overall, so there's plenty of upside left, but the Russell 2000 pulled back significantly today, 0.54%. We're still above the 50-day moving average, so this index actually looks pretty good, and I'm more bullish on it for continued advances than I am the Nasdaq. The S&P 500 also pretty solid session, up 0.08, and much more controlled uptrend. So I'm happy with that. I saw that it hit another all-time high today, so that's all good. So technically, the S&P 500 is back under an operational buy mode. I'm not flipping it exactly yet. I need to look at this a little bit more, but technically all the indexes are under buy mode. Our market model directional system is kind of just, for show right now and is just basically cosmetic because we just keep getting new long positions. Everything keeps working, or at least everything was working until today. So that is the one interesting aspect behind today, and probably why internally I wasn't that happy with today's gains. By the time I went to go scan at the end of the day, my short scan, my main short scan, which is right here, had 130 stocks in it. My main top long scan only had 110. So shorts beat out the longs today. And that overall sentiment was seen in my Can Slim scan, and I could just tell overall breadth is much more negative than positive, and that's two sessions in a row like that on the NASDAQ and NASDAQ 100. So once again, it's not going to shock me if we see the market pull back. But we did have some sells today. First off, let's go over the partial ones. FDEF. I got knocked out of half of my position when it went below these recent lows here on Friday. So Friday I got knocked out of half. However, on a closing basis, by the end of the day today, it's closing below the 50-day moving average on above average volume. So if you didn't get knocked out of half, you now will get rid of half of the move below 36.03. And then the final half this is the low of the most last base, 34.78, all the way back there in late May. You could use also the pocket pivot point levels, but every time I use that, I get shaken out before it reverses back higher. So I'm using this low day here, and I've already been knocked out of half. But on a closing basis, FDEF, 50% sell. And then PGTI, it's closing below its 20-day moving average, as you can see here, the magenta line on a heavier volume than the session before, kind of losing its catalyst, and it's also closing below the low day of the signal date. So PGTI was kind of risky. I gave it to everybody in the gold area anyway. 1448 was the first cut loss level, closing below that at 1446, so it's a 50% sell. Final cut loss is 1379. The overall pattern's true. It's lost its max green bop, so I definitely do not like it nearly as much as I did, but it is holding up. But PGTI, 50% sell, and then DRRX, got an add signal on it here. Probably shouldn't have taken it due to the low volume, but I tell you what, it was hard to pass up on this chart, so I'm not going to beat myself up. Plus, I don't have a whole lot invested in it. It's way less than 1%. So DRRX with the close actually below 260. Almost did it on Friday. It was a 50% sell of the add signal. Today closing at 250. 50% sell of the add signal. A close below these lows will get rid of that add completely, 226. And my final cut loss in the entire position is 212. So DRRX, 50% sell of the add. And full sells tonight. NMIH is giving a full sell. It's lost its green bop catalyst completely with negative bop, much heavier volume. Breaking below, if we can make a, is that what I want to do? Yeah, if we can make a pennant pattern right here, You can see that it's now breaking below the pennant formation on heavier volume, so I don't want to be long this stock at all anymore. So NMIH is a full sell. I'm already not long this stock, actually, because on this day right here, did I get shaken out of all of it that day, or was it this day? Can't remember. Or was it even before that? It might even have been before that. I think what I did, I can't remember. The bottom line is I'm already out of NMIH, but NMIH on an end-of-day basis is a sell. Speculative position, not a big deal. And then another speculative position that I've been out for a very long time, DGLY, finally on an end-of-day closing basis is giving a full sell signal. But I've been out of this stock for over a month now, so it's been quite a while for it's given a full sell signal, but finally did that. And then 2 full sell signals in CanSum quality stocks that I gave out to gold members. This one shouldn't have been given out, but because it was over $10 and we didn't have a whole lot of long positions that were of higher quality, I decided to go ahead and give it to everybody. Buyer beware of these low price stocks that are under $20. To me, they're still penny stocks. To me, is anything under 10. Real penny is anything under $1, actually, to me. But anything under 10 I consider as penny whenever it comes to NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange stocks. And actually, when it comes to NASDAQ stocks, anything under 20 to me is a penny stock. So ATSG, no surprise, fail here. If BOP would have remained green or a strong green, it wouldn't have been a full sell. I would go ahead and give a full sell signal on a move below 1021. However, ATSG is losing its green BOP catalyst. Volume is extremely heavy, heavier than any of the sessions following our long signal. And it's closing below the 50-day moving average near the low a day. And so what I would do is I put a final sell stop on the position since I'm still long below 1028. So if it hits 1027, I'm out. As I went to go place my order this evening, it told me that it's trading below that at 1025. So I'll be out at the open if it opens below 1028. But ATSG is a full sell. And then TERP, I had my final sell stop here below 3605. So whenever it hit 3604, I was completely knocked out of TERP, and unfortunately today, big sell-off, way below 3604, so I'm completely out of TERP. How come you don't hold it till it closes below 200-day moving average? Because we never, at the most we got in this stock, at the height of its gains, was 38%. This thing needs to be up at least 100% before we do the final sell stop below the 200-day moving average, so TERP is a full sell here. On the final sell in the position, we're leaving with about a 14% gain. Not bad. Long time to hold a stock overall, but hey, it's the way the ball bounces sometimes. So we do have one new long position to take care to make up for all those sells. ICUI, CanSum quality stock. I'm pretty sure, not 100% positive, but pretty sure that this was a pre-perfect speculator scan quality stock just not too long ago. So I don't know if it's moved up a lot since its last June lows or whatever, and now that we're up here in these July numbers, it's not up enough. But whatever the reason being, ICUI was not confirmed in my perfect speculator or pre-perfect speculator scan stock, not confirmed in any other scan, so this is strictly from the CanSum quality scan. Pocket pivot point signal right off its 50-day moving average. And why do I like it? Because I profiled a few stocks this weekend on StockTwits. Go check them out. They all ran, and these are just 2 that I can think of off the top of my head. ABC and MLAB, and MLAB is the main one. That looks to me to have a very similar chart pattern to ICUI, so I want to get long. Only a 2% long signal because of the mixed market, the mixed way this tape is trading short term. Just a weird uptrend, even though we're hitting new highs with sentiment at its lowest for the bulls in the Investors Intelligence Survey. Just kind of weird right now. But ICUI, 2% of the account capital into this position with the pocket pivot point signal 50-day moving average. If we're wrong, you can use 95.13 as your final sell stop level. Or if you want to use the correct Darvis box low of the most recent base, you're going to want to use 93.52 as your final sell stop. So 93.52 or 95.13.